This week in grammar, we are going to review the last two parts of speech that we have learned, which are adjectives and nouns. So right up here on the board, I have the definition. Words that describe nouns are called. So I want you to think, what are those words that describe nouns? What are they called? A word that describes a noun. Wyatt, what do you think? Thank you for trying at least, because you're the only one that's raised their hand to try to answer. What is a word that describes a noun? What are they called?
Verbs.
No, good guess. That's not quite it. A verb shows action. Would you clip up Wyatt for trying at least? LEA. Okay, I'll come back to you, Journey.
Adjective.
You are right, Journey. It is an adjective. So a word that describes a noun is an adjective. Journey, would you flip up too? Good job. Now, adjectives tell us more about nouns. So watch up here. I see lots of eyes up, not up here. We've already learned this, so everybody should have their hand raised, and everybody should have known the answer. Because we've already learned this. Carson, mask on, eyes up here. Now, let's remember, a noun names a person, place, or a thing. Okay, these are all nouns. Like a girl, a city, a Ford, James, school, a dog. Now, an adjective tells us more about the noun. So, for example, if I have a car, that's pretty boring. I just don't want a car. I want an expensive car. That's an adjective. A shiny car, a red car, a fast car, a big car, or a new car. These blue words are adjectives. They are describing the noun. How about this? Sometimes they tell us what kind. So, for example, a smart superhero, a funny superhero, a good superhero. We are describing the noun or the person. 4 superheroes save the city. Many superheroes can fly. So, all of our adjectives are describing the nouns. Okay? Now that's adjectives. Let's see if you guys can remember this other one here. Don't look, close your eyes.
We already.
Alright. Now, special words that give us information we need about the verbs. What are those called, Briley? Libby? You were watching, weren't you? You should know. Lewis?
Adverbs.
Adverbs. Go clip up. These are adverbs. Lily, are you watching and learning? Libby? Watching and learning. You should have known that because you should have saw it. So adverbs will add to the verb. Okay? Adjectives add to the noun. Adverbs add to the verb. So they tell us how, where, and when. So we did this last week. So remember, the how ends in ly, like boldly, bravely, fast, except for that one. Easily. They tell us where, there, here, everywhere, outside. And lastly, they tell us when, like now, or later, or never, or immediately. Okay? So they tell us when it's happening. Okay, so let's practice this on our sheet for today. Look at your paper, not this one.
How is to how and where. How and when. How where.
Kind of, yes, you would be right, Mason. Okay, now on your sheet today, it says an adjective is a word that describes a noun. An adverb tells more about a verb. Okay, so today at the bottom, you guys have to be detectives and figure out, does the underlined word describe, is it describing a noun or a verb? Is it an adjective or an adverb? So number 1, I'm going to draw some sticks, and these people can come up here today because we have time. They can read it really loud, and then they can say say? Is that an adjective? Is it describing the noun? Or is it an adverb describing the verb? All right, number one, it's about dancers. Let's have Kinsley, would you come up here and read that? Dancers. Can you read that? Moved slowly stage. So dancers move slowly to the stage. So Kinsley, you see the word that is underlined. What is that word? Slowly. Now does slowly tell us about the dancers or about the verb, what they're doing? What they're doing. So can you circle the verb which is moved? So circle moved. The dancers are moving. Now, how are they moving, Kinsley? Slowly. So that is called an adverb. We're adding to the verb. So would you write add, A-D, and then verb, V-E-R, verb, B. Good job, adverb. Good job, Kinsley. So we're adding to the verb. Here's my verb, and here I'm adding to it. It tells us how they're moving. Okay, number two, read that for us, please. Lily, can you read that?
No.
Slow. Dance. Began. With a drum beat. Good. So, Lily, come up here. The slow dance. Slow is underlined. Is slow describing the noun, which is the dance, or is it describing the verb began? What do you think it's describing? The slow dance. What is it describing? It's not an adverb. It's not describing the began. It's describing the dance. So the dance is the noun. So I want you to write on the line, it's an adjective. A, D, J, E, C, T. Mason, I don't like what I'm seeing. I will take that away again. I, B, B. Oh, sorry, honey. B, not a B. Maybe it sounded like I said a B. A B. E, S. I know that it's hard with the maths, aren't they? Ouch. All right, wonderful. So, what kind of dance is it, guys? A slow dance. So this slow is describing my noun.
Wait, is it two J's?
There's just one. This one maybe looks like it's supposed to be an I. It maybe look like a J. I'm just gonna fix it a little bit.
Cause I can barely read it. There is supposed to be an I.
This is a J. This one should just go down a little bit farther. Okay, number 3. Read that nice and loud for us, John. Joanna
was a careful
dancer. Joanna was a graceful dancer. Now, John, graceful is underlined. Is that describing was? Was is the verb, or is it describing dancer, the noun?
Dancer.
Yes, good job. So if it's describing the noun, it's called an adjective. So this is describing the noun. It's an adjective. Do you want to come write adjective, John? Just copy that word right down there. Can you write it in green so that it'll match? That would be great. Then your friends will know that the green are the adjectives, the blue are the adverbs.
Is there I in the second one?
It's A-D-J E-C-T-I-V-E-S. And guys, the word adjective, and I'm gonna borrow Mason's paper. is also up here. There's adjective and adverb. So if you can't copy off the Clever Touch, just copy those bolded words at the top of your paper, okay? Because those are the two words we're writing. Do you have a question, Kirsty?
So, like, you don't even really have to because they're like both writing on there.
Yeah, they're both on your paper, right? Definitely. Okay, number 4. Read that for us, Carson. Another girl dance gracefully. Okay, now gracefully. That does that talk about the girl or how the dance? What do you think, Carson? No, it's how she danced. She danced. Her dance was graceful. So this is talking about the verb. So when we're talking about the verb, here's my verb. If that's not an adjective, what is that called, Carson? We have adverb or adjective? No, it's not talking about the noun. It's talking about the verb. So we're adding to the verb. So it's called an adverb. Adverb. Carson, say that. Adverb. Okay, come write adverb. It's right up here. Kinsley already wrote it. All right, while Carson writes adverb and you guys write adverb, I'll draw a stick for number 5. Number 5, Briley. Would you read that nice and loud when you're ready?
That's so funny. The dance where right?
Costumes. Good. The dancers wore bright costumes. Now, bright is underlined. What is bright describing? Bright what, Briley? Bright what? The dancers wore bright costumes. What is bright? What, Briley? I think you said it. Just say it louder. Oh, okay. It's not an adverb. Bright is describing the costumes. The costumes. What? The costumes are bright. So costumes is a noun. That's a thing. So this is being an adjective. Bright is describing the costumes. So up here, Briley, you're going to write adjective. And Mrs. Murphy did the wrong color for that. Carson, put that away. Okay, adjectives, right up here. Okay, so bright is describing the costume. That's a noun. So that bright is an adjective. Okay, number 6, Aria, would you read that one?
Did you put the picture?
Shine. Dancers. Good job, Aria. The lights shine brightly on the dancers. Now, my word underline is brightly. What is brightly describing, Aria? What's bright? What's shining brightly? The lights. Good job. So come up here. And what showed shine brightly? The lights did. So we're going to, what color are we going to do this in? Green, right? So the lights are being bright. So we're going to write adjective.
It's kind of easy because the ones behind, some of them are green, and the blue ones are mostly in front or boy behind.
You're right.
Miss Murphy. You forgot. Do we have to do the ands, bees, and everything? Do we have to do that?
We're not there yet. I don't know. Where do you mean?
Like on the top. Do we like have to do these?
Oh, like the no, you don't have to. I'm just showing you. Brooklyn, did you go to reading class? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, I just want to make sure.
It's in a pattern because it's blue, green, green, blue, green, green. I know you're looking at the wrong one.
Let's see if it continues, Addie. Okay, number 7. Read that for us, Elliot. Unusual. An unusual song began. So underlined is the word unusual. What is unusual describing? Is it describing the song or began? What do you think, Ellie? The song. So it's describing the noun. So again, this one is describing the noun. So it's an adjective. We thought our pattern would continue, but it doesn't.
So what is, what's the other one?
Adjective.
You forgot the N.
Okay, thanks for that. I'll fix that in just a second.
Why do I do an S instead of a C? Miss Abby, you should have said not set on blue, green, green, blue, green, green. Then we are. Or the next one's blue. I just want to break this. And black is more green.
Okay, the last one. Read that number 8, Libby.
Oh. The horn was unusually loud.
Okay, the horn was unusually loud. So what is unusually? What are they describing? The loud or the horn?
The loud.
What do you guys think?
The horn.
I think it's the horn. Right, the horn is unusually loud. Okay? Right. Yeah. So I would say that would be also an adjective, and it ends in ly. Most ly adjectives are describing the noun. So green things. Yeah. So what is unusually loud is the horn. So on this page we only have 2 that are adverbs, don't we?
No, there's four.
And the rest are adjectives.
There's only 2 blue.
Good job. Okay, so I'm going to say this week, guys, grammar is going to be kind of a difficult week because adverbs and adjectives are both really hard, but they're very similar too. So it's going to be a tough week, but it's our last week of grammar. I think we can do it. All right, when you have these done, would you please put your spelling on top?